Hey everyone, welcome back. This is a run through of a journal I finished. It seems to have taken forever, this one, probably because I started it before Christmas and then the kids are on holiday and today everything returns to normal. They are back at school, husband's back at work. Yeah, miss him, but the kids, it's good to have a bit of regular contact with other people. Right, onwards and upwards. New kit, new book. I've used the Woodland Spring kit, so I have it written down because my brain is all about, can't cope. 144 pages. Like I say, I've used the Woodland Spring as the main kit, and also a collage kit I did, collage set 1 I think it is. So if we run through it, normal size for me, so 6 across, 8 3/4, 1.5 inch spine, although I'm thinking that looks more like a 2, but quite plain, just painted, apart from the front. No, I bring it up to the front. I've actually painted the picture. I've painted a picture from the set inside, so it's of woods. There are a couple of fussy cut butterflies on here which I've heat embossed, and a deer which I've also heat embossed. Now these little beauties, if you can see these, are actually clay mushrooms. There's quite a bit of dimension to them. I bought some air dry clay ages ago. With the kids were making something, so I bought some clay. I have got so much left over. So I found these things. They're like moulds, rubber moulds that you can buy. These are all, everything's off Amazon. And you push them into the moulds, push the clay in. I personally pull it out before it's dried, so otherwise I snap everything because I'm trying to get them out. And these are where the mushrooms came from, those two little ones. So, I've got, the intention was this was going to be a fairy album. There's a little bit of fairies in there, but I think that will be the next one for this kit for me. So these were from that mould. And I was quite impressed with it, with the detail that I can get on. If I bring it up a little bit, you can see the detail that you can get from the mould. So I'm very impressed. Air dry clay. I think they're supposed to be cake moulds, fondant moulds, don't know. Anyway, that's what those are. So like I said, 144 pages in total. If we go inside, so like I say, Woodland Spring this kit is. Very green. But the trees that I've painted are what I've replicated on the front. So I've done some tags for these because it was very Christmas is very hit and miss as to when I can get in to the shed to do any crafting. So the times I've been making tags up. So there's 6 tags altogether, 1 for each signature. Oops. So it's part of the kit, March, and my favourite artist, Gordon Benningfield. Some little tags, not much in the way of tags. I've done a fair bit of stenciling on these, so that's like an apple tree. And we have a bag with collage. I'm sorry, I am going to have to tie my hair up. It is irritating. That's better. So we have a tag inside, and then some book pages. Broadleaf Forest, that was the name of the book. And this is the collage kit 1, that one. In the centre, and I've done some stamping. This is a new colour for me. This is Rusty Hinge, an oxide, distress oxide, and I'm loving that colour. I think that suits that down to the ground. Back of the bag, that's heat embossed, so 2 different colours of ink on that one. And it's got a tag in it from the kit. And then what do you do when you're sat in the house bored because you can't do anything? You fussy cut. I fussy cut. So a couple of mushrooms that I've glued together to make a bit of a tuck spunt. And some more heat embossing. And signature 2. Now this is a Stampendous paper pack that I bought. I've seen other people use it and I thought it looked great, so ordered a pack. I'm in two minds. I've used it in this kit, but I don't know. Would I buy it again? It was a lot of money for 10 sheets. Probably not. So anyway, I've done some heat embossing, so gold heat embossing, big mushrooms, and folded it over to make a pocket on the inside, and then that's the second of the tags. So more stenciling, book pages, lots of different book pages in this one. And this one's a really old, The Leafy Woodlands. I think this book is from the 20s. Collage page, a stencil. Now this one is actually a page from the kit, and I've collaged onto it. So a couple of different types of, I think these were designer papers. I've coloured them in, so I've got inks, different kinds of distress inks on the fussy cut, and then some heat embossed trees. Bit of stitching just to liven it up a bit. And the centre, and that's the back. So the collage actually follows it through. These were die cut leaves, which I've used the rest of in a different part of the book. More heat embossing, just a little tag. More heat embossing. These are oxide inks, distress oxides, that I've actually just stamped and then heat embossed, so put the embossing powder straight onto the wet ink. The oxides seem to work really well to do that because they stop wet longer. So more book pages. Love the woodpecker. An envelope and the back of the paper pack. The tag. And what we're on, signature 3. So we have another little tag in here. Lots of layering going on that one. Collage papers. Now this, I'm really pleased with the way that this turned out. This is heat embossing. So the idea was I was going to use a different colour on it, and by mistake I covered it in plain, clear embossing powder, and then thought, no! Tried to shake it off and then put my other colour over the top, and it's come out a really nice sort of mushroomy brown colour. So I'm pleased with that. This is probably the page in the pack that I bought the pack for, Stampendous papers. I just love the fairy. So stenciling and book pages, that's like the kit. More book pages. And the centre. And then we come to the back of the pages. So the back of the designer paper, so tag out kit. A couple of mushrooms that I'd fussy cut, so they went in as a pocket. Tuck spot, or however you want to describe them. Do you know, I'm never 100% sure. Loads of stenciling. Now this one's actually got a bookmark in it as well, that I've put in. I found that useful in my Christmas journal, or I would have found it useful, so if I do one next year, it's definitely having one of those in it. So kit 3, more designer paper, and I've heat embossed gold. This one is. So I've sort of, there's a few fairies in here, a few sort of fantasy things, but I think the one I've got in mind for the my next journal of this kit will be Papa Fairies. That's another tag. All the tags are tucked in a seam binding. A bit more heat embossing. This is a page from the kit that I've used die cuts on and just done a very almost naive sort of woodland scene, but I was really pleased with the way that turned out. Stenciling, fox cover. I love these old-fashioned drawings of the animals. Now these centres and these 3 signatures are from other kits, because I think there was only 3 watermarks in the Woodland kit. Tag. A bit more heat embossing. And then we have signature 4. Oh, 4th tag. 4, 5. Can't remember. 5, I think. So, the 5th tag. That one's also very layered. Sometimes it's good to lose yourself in tags because you can do them as much as you want without sort of, and if they go wrong, it's like, it's alright, it's only a tag. So, more stenciling. This was also a stencil, and I've gone over it with distress inks and then picked out the trees. Another tag. It's the last of the pages in the kit. Right, so more the broadleaf forest. Oh, my favourite picture, the terrier. That's a little... I don't know what that was from actually. I found it when I was looking through my ephemera. I thought that would go so nicely in this kit. Back of the bag, so that's heat embossed again. So stamped 2 different colours and heat embossed. That's got a mushroom tag inside. More heat embossing. And more stenciling. So, last signature, number 6. So the last of the designer papers, and I'm liking the stencil. I would just pick it up. It's like a fairy house with, and I've gone heat embossed it in gold. Nice big tag with the butterfly. Stenciling. How they used to romanticise the animals, almost like a children's book. And the fox. Envelope, they are empty. A couple of tags there. That was another one that I found, that rabbit there, and I thought, yes, just the right colour and the right theme to go with this book. Stamping. Some more. A collage-ish. I wanted to put this butterfly in, dragonfly, sorry, and I'm thinking I want something other than a white background, and the only thing I could sort of mooching through my cupboards, and I found the wool, and I've got lots of different types of wool, and I thought I like that. That's just something very, very different. A bit of stenciling, and then the backs of the pages. Mr. Squirrel. And then we have, so it's a little bit of a notebook going on here. I think there are about 6 pages altogether in this. And I've heat embossed the top one. I thought about it after and I thought I should have put a cover on it. What can I do? So, heat emboss it. And the back page. So there we go. Version number 1 of the springtime kit. This will be listed for sale, so I will put it on. I'll put the listings below the papers, the 2 different paper packs I've used, plus the listing for the book. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know if that's the right word, looking through somebody else's book. You take care now, and everything is back to normal, so we will speak soon. Alright, you take care. Bye.